occasionally some of the people would have problems logging on, but it was so smooth. But I never know whether that's because I just simply I knew how to use Adobe Connect so well that I could always deal with all the problems, or is it because actually this is not quite right? Right, show me what you're doing with Quizlet. I particularly like to see the types of exercise you're setting with them as well, because I might be able to. Do you know how Quizlet works with Google Translate?
No.
Right, okay. Show me what you're doing.
I know okay, so this is here. I'm going to share the screen.
Yeah.
So, all right, here's my Quizlet account.
Can I look at some of your cards? Just show me a set of cards.
Okay, here's a last one I did for them, parts of the body with, with just pictures.
Right, okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here they are. Now, I shared this with a couple of students, but I've got, I don't know how to get them. How come I don't see them in here? Like even, because I know they've done some of these.
All right. So, well, let's have a look. Obviously, what they've done is they haven't joined your class. So first of all, you need to teach them how to join your class, and I'll show you that.
Okay.
All right. Now, the other thing is, are your students low level, or have you got any higher level students?
I do have higher level students, but I haven't used Quizlet with them. I've just been using Quizlet with the lower level students.
Right, okay. Okay. So let me go down to you've got 10 classes, is that right?
Yeah, no, some of these I should get rid of because some of these are old students that...
Right, okay. So how are when you want your students to join your class, so how are you doing that at the moment?
Well, before I was just giving them the link, like I was going to, like let's say here, adjectives, opposites, and I would give them the share link for this.
Yeah. So that's not actually working using classes. You're not actually using classes. I'll also I'll just send videos. So I'm going to send you the videos on Snagit, and I'm going to send you the videos about classes, but I'll show you as well. Okay, right. Let me join your class. So let's choose. Give me the name of one of your classes. Let's go back to your classes again.
Okay.
So just go back on the right hand side. That's it. Go to your study sets, and then let's go down and click on just any one of those classes. So in this class you got here called
NGSL.
Right. Go and click on that a minute. So NG. Scroll. Keep to the top because I need to look at the top. All right. So that's brilliant. So that's got NGSL's got one member in it. NGSL. Okay.
And that is just
now you got two ways. Now, first of all, on the right hand side there, you'll see it says Quizlet. That's it. Just below where you've got your thing now. Look there. There's a link.
Join link.
Right. So if you copied that and put that into Edmodo, I would be able to click on that link and join your class. So that would be number one way that I could actually join the class. All right. Now, there is another way. That is that I can search for the name of your class. So one thing I would definitely suggest you do is start giving your classes better names. So it's easier for me to search for your class. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screen share and jump over and I'm going to show you how I would try to find your class. If I didn't have that link, how could I join your class? Because it's only when someone's actually in a class and then does an activity within a class that I think you'll find that you've then got the stats that you require. Not if you share the link with them and they're simply doing it as if they're just anybody that's come on online. So, all right. So if you stop sharing, and I apologize to you if I'm not quite as fast doing this right as I am because I have had this training. All right. So I am familiar with this definitely, but whether or not I can exactly remember, I can certainly remember how classes work, but whether I can remember, so I'm just going to open up Quizlet for you. All right, and I could show you a couple of lovely things in Quizlet. I'm not sure. I mean, it depends on the level of your students because I really don't do what you're doing that much. In other words, I'm not really working with individual words. I tend to work with sentences and always try to put the words in context. If I come to search here at the top, All right, so let's screen share. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep. All right, so I'm on Quizlet. So if I come to the top here and I do a search, and I think it was called NGSL, and I do a search, hopefully it's going to find...
You're going to have a lot of things.
Right, see, so that's one of the reasons why it wasn't a very good name, see. So that really going to make it hard for me to find your class. So I think there is a way that I might be able to. Let's have a look a minute.
Yeah. Well, see, when I was naming, I was just naming for my own convenience. I didn't, think of naming it to make it easy to find.
Right. Let's just have a quick look a minute. Yeah. Can I? Most recent. Let me just come back to Quizlet again, because it looks like I'm just trying to check here. So I'm searching, but when you used to search before, it used to break the search down into classes, NGSL, because that didn't do what I expected it to do, in all honesty. All free premium. So these are only showing me sets. I don't want the sets, I want the classes. So in the past, when you did a search, what would happen was that search, that's something that's changed then. That's something that's changed recently, because I used to be able to, from the search for classes as well. Let me just try something just in case it's going to work.
Now it's just showing you the study sets.
It's just showing me the study sets, exactly. So let's try this. Just try classes, NGSL. So what does that stand for, NGSL?
New General Service List.
Right, okay.
So it's...
no.
It's
yes, sorry, look. Type, sets, classes. Sorry.
Oh, yes. I see. There it is. That's how. So when you do your search.
Yeah, okay. Now I've got to look for you. All right. So number one rule, I'm telling you, change all the names of your classes so it's super clear. All right. Okay. So what I could do in theory now is, let me just put in, did you put under there? I'm guessing it's, if I put that, might help me.
If you search for ENG495.
Right, let's try that. Is that
that's what I tend to use for my all my class
495
related stuff.
Yeah, let's have a look here. Let's try it.
So these look like all my study sets.
Right. Okay.
Or classes. Right. My classes. Yeah. So that's it. There.
So hang on. So now I've found all your classes. All right. So, and then is it this one that I was trying to become the member of? Right. So I'm going to click on that. Okay. And I request to join. Okay. So that's the second way that I can join a class.
Okay.
Now it's a different ball game from now on, because once you've accepted me, any classes, any activities that you share in that class, I will immediately be able to do them. So let's go back to you. So I'm going to stop sharing, come back onto your Quizlet. So open up your Quizlet.
Yeah, all right.
And share it on my screen. So if you share your Quizlet, then go to that particular class.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Go to members. No, that's members. That's it. You should see that there's someone who's requested to join. Are you going to ignore me or accept me? Right. See, so that's the way. Right. So now accept me. Now, what I want you to do is click back on sets. So you got next to members, it says sets. All right. And so these are all the sets that you've shared with the students, right? So all of the people in this group, that's me and whoever the other person is, we've now got access to all of those sets of cards, all right?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know how to share a new set with me, don't you? Yeah, so if you had a new set of cards that you wanted to share.
Okay, so how do let's see. So to add a set.
Go to your study sets. Go to any of your study sets. So on the right-hand side, go up to your study sets.
Let's see, click on here.
Choose any one, any of your study sets.
Adjectives. Well, here, let's do this one.
All right, then you should be able to click down on the share button from there. I believe it's probably going to be there, and it's going to share. Oh, no. That's the only for. You should be able to add it to a group. Is it from here?
Oh, add set here.
Yeah.
Add set to class.
To class, right? So then choose add to class, and you're going to put it in that class there. And now I will have that set. Every set that you share now with me, I will have access to. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do one of your sets.
Okay.
As a member of the class, and let's see what happens. Okay. So if you stop sharing. Right, and I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to open in browser, and I'm going to click on here, click on share. So if I go to my classes, and I've got this class here called NG blah blah blah, and if I just refresh, these are the latest ones that you've just shared with me, which is called Adjectives of Opposite. Okay, so if I click on that and I start to do some of these activities, perhaps I'm going to go through here. I'm just going to quickly do this activity here. All right, it's going to show me the progress. This obviously is just simply going through the cards. I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to try and do one of your activities. Let's say I do matching. Okay, start game, and then I'm going to what is this? Opposites, wasn't it?
Opposites,
new, old. All right, dangerous, safe, sick. Oh, so what we got is healthy, sick, clean, dirty, clever, smart, stupid, less, more. Okay, so I've done that. All right, now let's go. It tells me here that there's 2 people have done this. If I stop sharing now, let's go back to your screen.
Okay. There.
Right. Go back into your classes. So go back to the class, your groups that you've got. Your
so if I go here,
go to study sets. Let's go to your study sets. Then come down to your classes. Come down to our particular one, which is whatever it was, NG something.
Yeah, NGSL.
Now I think if you now click on the statistics next to view class progress. I think that's where you're going to get the stats, and you've got some stats about me. If you click on match, you should see how long it's taken me and blah, blah, blah.
I see. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Lucky I remembered that from having that training about a year ago. I know this company, see. I do some work for them occasionally. And so they kind of gave me free training online. But I've never used this, to be honest with you, because I don't have I used to have the teacher's account, but now it's gone back down to normal. They've obviously fallen out of love with me.
Oh,
I had a free account with them. Yeah.
Well, at least the teacher's account here isn't very expensive. It's something like $30 or $40 a year. So
yeah, I mean, and in all honesty, I'm surprised that they pushed that, because they told me that they were making a lot of money. They were doing very well just from the advertising alone. So I always thought that was going to be their way that they were going to go. I will send you a video about Snagit and about Quizlet, and doing some more updated stuff about it. All right, you can do some really funky stuff with Quizlet. Does that help, man?
Yes, yeah, that helped. Okay, good. I got that sorted out with Quizlet, and I'll keep. Are you planning any? Well, you had a Quizlet video that you just put out not too long ago.
I know, it's a very good one. And it's already had about 100 and something plays in about the last 48 hours. It's doing this. I think that one's going to do quite well. That's really good. But it's well worth watching some of those cards. I mean, look, this has got you off the ground. Happy to do some more classes if you want to do any more. It's up to you. I mean, I think it might be a good idea to kind of go through what we've done first.
Yeah.
And then if you think, Russell, I want to learn something else. But I would definitely be with you on going with Quizlet, right? So in other words, learn that well and link it to Edmodo, because you can always share the links in. And then the other thing is to think about is Snagit, because that would be if you did decide you wanted to buy Snagit, let me know, because I can get you really cheap copies at the moment. I've got a few spare from my last course that I didn't sell. So I can sell those off quite cheaply.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, maybe.
Don't leave that. And I'm just saying, if you ever decided you wanted to buy it, just let me know.
All right.
Is that all right?
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Russell.
Yeah, I hope that helps and gets you started. Just let me know if you want any more help. Just drop me a line, and I'll keep the price the same for you. I realise you're not, you know, it's very unusual for me to be training an English language teacher. You know, normally people are not earning enough money that they can justify. You know, normally it's like I've got a bloke from New York that I'm working with, and another guy from Germany, but they're both professors. You know, and so obviously, in fact, their university pays, so it's a different ball game. So I charge them a bit more. But if you want to do it, I'll do the same. You know, do a 2-hour session and charge you £70.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's been nice to meet you. I will share all this stuff with you. And give me about an hour, and I'll do it all. Yeah.
Quizlet, Snagit, yeah, you've got an awful lot of other products on the site. Any one specific thing you'd recommend me checking out, or?
Well, really, the next thing I would definitely no, you're right, and it's a good question. No, I would, you know, on because I run a master's degree program with Niall, right, and on that master's degree program, really, what I'm trying to say to you is have a virtual learning environment. So, like Edmodo, that's your base. That's the key for organizing it. And then where you really want to go is you want to learn to use Snagit, you want to learn to use Quizlet, and you want to learn to use the Google tools like Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Slides. If you just do that, you can do masses. You don't really need any more. But what you do need, right, is not a kind of, what I notice a lot with people is that I've never met anyone, in all honesty, for example, that knows Edmodo well. They learn it to a certain level. They tell me they learn it, and then when I do the training, they're like, oh, Russ, I didn't realize you could do that. Your circumstance is slightly different because you're not using groups. In other words, there's only 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of a limit to what Edmodo is going to do for you. Whereas if you're in a big class, it's very powerful because I can put people into groups. I can have, you know, one group doing homework A, another group doing homework B. Then they can get together afterwards. So it's not quite as good, but what it would be is it does kind of make your teaching look really organized if you've got a proper Edmodo group set up, and even if you've only got 1 or 2 students. Well, I did that. I always did it in my private lessons. I always did that. I was combining Skype and Edmodo all the time.
Okay.
So Skype, so Edmodo, Quizlet, Snagit, Google. You could revolutionize the way you deliver your teaching and learning. Well, certainly the homework part anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, I'll work on that, and it'll take me a bit of time working on it, getting used to it, and then
yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you need any more help, just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Lovely to meet you, man.
Great meeting you too.
Yeah. Cheers, Andre. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.